Hi, I'm Herod
Hello.
Davids, and welcome to
Sorry.
Tourism X. Um, at Tourism X, we talk all things related to the ever evolving travel, destination, and events marketing arena. Welcome to our series, What I Do in Tourism. And I'm joined by George Moolman, Senior Manager, Events and Entertainment at the V&A Waterfront in Cape Town. Welcome to Tourism X, and kindly start off by describing to us what it is that you do in the tourism industry.
Good morning, Harat. Thank you so much for this platform. It's really wonderful to be here with you. Yes, interestingly enough, I work for a great tourism, one of the top tourism industries or the platforms within South Africa. So I've had a great opportunity to learn a lot from a space that I didn't even know where the opportunities could go. Um, so my role in particular is quite interesting because while I play in the events and entertainment sector, the main purpose of my role is to harness ways to create spaces for people to come through to the waterfront and experience new ways of enjoying our property, apart from the ways they might think to expect when they visit Cape Town. And it's a great property because we are always diversifying. We are always doing something different. And yeah, I absolutely love what I do, giving people new reasons to visit. I challenge myself every time, and it's a great platform.
No, great. Thanks for that, George. And also, you started out in the hospitality industry over 2 decades ago, and then you transitioned to your current role. And I see no difference between the two because both demands of you to stay on your feet for most of the time. And so, how was that transition for you? Bearing in mind, this conversation is always about sharing the relevant experiences. How was that transitioning for you?
It was an interesting transition. It didn't come by means of it really came almost serendipitous. It just flowed and happened. I mean, like you said, I started in the hospitality sector. I wanted to become this great hotel manager one day, and you have this pipe dream. But the one thing about hotel industry is that the guests are the one experiencing the great parts of the hotel.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and through that training, I went through such a great process where I got to experience many parts of the hospitality industry, and events somehow worked its way through there. And I got involved with great events such as the Nedbank Golf Challenge, etc.
Okay.
And through that, my career started to really push out of the hotel management side more into the event and entertainment side, and into the sponsorship sector, which was really great because now I was really starting to diversify where I was going. But like I said, it was just flowing and it was just coming naturally. Um, and then from there, it landed up into the position I'm in now. And it's one of those that you've almost got to just allow yourself to see where your career is going. Um,
Mhm.
if you constantly are working towards a particular goal, that is absolutely beautiful and that's great. But don't keep yourself and allow it to shorten your career path because you never know what
Yeah.
could come out of that. I mean, I've been dabbling in sponsorship as well, and the beautiful part with that is that you start to unlock a part of yourself that you didn't realize you had. I can absolutely say, give it 10 years ago, or actually about 15 years ago, if someone said to me, you had to do sales or you had to be creative, I'm like, I'm a doer. You tell me what you want, I do what you need. I've had to diversify. The creativity side of me is absolutely had to come to the fore, and the sales part of me had to come to the fore, and absolutely become slightly an all-rounder. I hate using that term, but you really have to dabble in all these different parts to take your career further.
Yeah, great. So throughout that process, starting out, transitioning to your current environment where you're at the V&A Waterfront in the events coordination space. So throughout your career, what really fueled or drove your passion? And what are you striving to achieve? And how do you use your knowledge, as you related to us a minute ago, to elevate your entire career experience?
If I had to sum it up into two short words, customer experience. And I think that is what the hospitality industry gave me. I went through most of my hospitality through the Sun International Group at Sun City. And like I said, I didn't come and plan to be in the event management world or sponsorship world or anything else. And so our foundation was customer experience. And taking that through into the events and entertainment sector, on one hand, you want to deliver great events, superior events, things that are great. Keeping your customer top of mind has been absolutely key in doing that, because you have to stand back, look back at the event or the plan or whatever factor you're dealing with, and ask, how would the customer experience it if they walk through these doors? And if you can't take yourself through the journey that they're going to, then your event is likely going to flop, because you're going to miss something along the way. So always take that step back. I tell my team all the time, guys, if you are walking through those doors and you're the first person to arrive, you get out the car, what is the first thing the person is going to experience? And then add to that and add to that and add to that. Once you get all those elements right, food could go wrong, this could go wrong, but ultimately they will leave happy, you know? And it's one of those things, it's just keep the customer top of mind.
Yeah, great. So, in your field, what are the biggest trends that you see emerging on the horizon, and in particular in relation to career development and progress? And how do you plan to stay ahead yourself of the curve to benefit your own career, whether that's staying in your current um, career as working with somebody, or maybe transitioning to becoming an entrepreneur?
Yeah, trends are quite interesting, especially in the event sector. I mean, we went through a major dip, the tourism industry and altogether actually. Um, but keeping ahead of trends is key. It's fundamental. But knowing what the trends are is also one of the things that I always notice is that people want experiences. Um, Going to your normal conference, you and I were speaking earlier about and a conference that we both attended, and it's about the experience you're going to get when you get there. You can sit through countless conference seminars, etc., but what is going to make that one stand out? So always staying ahead of the curve. It could be in artificial intelligence, it could be in technology, it could be in on the ground support, it could be in various aspects, always keeping ahead of the curve in terms of what are people looking for. It could even be in the food that you serve. Like is it are you doing a round table, or is it that usual gala dinner where everyone sits in a room and there's just tables everywhere and it goes around the room, someone speaks on stage, you have a great time, but no one even heard what this whole event was about. It's an award ceremony with just one award after the next. What are people learning from that? My career is constantly changing. I mean, even within the same role that I'm in now, is that we are always developing, and sometimes I'm getting involved with things I didn't think I would be. I'm currently working with the team at the Ocean Race, for example, and that's in 2 years' time. But already now we are thinking, what is going to change? Because we're a property developer
Yeah,
by nature, so a lot's changing.
yeah.
So we've always got to be ahead of the curve of what does that team require when they get here. So just keeping ahead of it. And yeah, I mean, even in my current role, like there's talk of me looking at ocean economy. What's within the ocean economy sector? I mean, there's a tourism sector there as well, but there's always something new, and just open your mind up to that, because you'll learn from it and you'll apply it to your daily.
Yeah, no, great. So thanks for that background. And looking back at your career path to date, what is the one piece of advice you would give to someone thinking of starting out in this career? And also, did you have mentors? And what's your view or experience on the need to have mentors and the advice that you would give?
Advice, I think ultimately is, don't assume anything. The idea of young people walking into a role assuming that it's glamorous with champagne in hand, that's the TV event world.
Yes, yes.
um, and it will get there. You will get there. But it's about really, like I said earlier, that customer experience. If you can harness that, I I really like to just meet people along the way. Having a mentor is really great, but having many mentors is better because mentors change as well. They've got their own career paths. They're not thinking about you necessarily, and they might have different challenges. And people change as they go, and it's okay. And I've adapted as I've gone, and I've had mentors along the way, and they're different mentors for different reasons. And every now and then, I've got one colleague that she's moved on. She's now in Canada, and every now and then I pop her a message and say, "Hey, listen, what do you think about this?" And she one day asked me, like, "You always ask me these questions." I said, "Well, but I haven't told you, but you're a mentor to me.
Great.
It is really great to have those people on that journey with you because you never know when you just need that extra advice and and who they could be. And it doesn't always have to be someone in the industry you're in.
No, that's great. George, I think what we'll do for now, we'll wrap it up because, I'm always cognizance of the time and the length of the interview for the viewer's sake. Today we have very short attention span, but sage advice and bit of wisdom that came through there. Thanks for joining us. And that was George Moolman, Senior Manager, Events and Entertainment at the V&A Waterfront in Cape Town. George, thank you for your time and insights, which is very much appreciated. That's where we would leave it for now. And thank you for watching Tourism X on TalkX TV. Until next time.